In today's episode of They're Trying to Kill Us, they just found heavy metals in a few tampon brands. This study was done by UC Berkeley, so I know it's legit, but they have not confirmed the brands that were in this study. The analysis looked for arsenic, chromium, calcium, iron, manganese. A lot of these things are not toxic to the human body, but 50% of them are extremely toxic to the human body. Now, what they're trying to figure out is why these were even found in the tampons. And are these organic or non-organic? We will get to that. Some of you know I own my own period care company called Riff Care, so I'm always looking for information like this. And our tampons have gone through a very rigorous testing process. And they also talk about different countries because we make our tampons in Spain. So let's just continue the study. The biggest thing they're not trying to figure out is if these leach into the bloodstream. Duh. We all know that the vagina is the most permeable part of the body, so of course it leaks into the bloodstream. And you don't want things that are leaking into your bloodstream that are toxic to be processed by your liver, because that causes so many different issues. Tampons sold in the US had higher concentrations of lead than those in Europe. Like I said, we make our tampons in Europe. The tampons are also made with cotton or rayon, and how they're thinking that these heavy metals are getting into the tampons is because if they're using cotton or rayon, which are both like natural materials, although rayon is semi-natural because it's so heavily processed, and they also douse it with all these chemicals when they process it. What they're thinking is that the soil that this stuff is grown in is containing all these chemicals. Now, if you use organic, does that mean that it's going to have less of these chemicals in the soil? Yes. Organic tampons had less lead and more arsenic than non-organic tampons, which makes sense because arsenic is actually a naturally occurring substance that's found in the ground. Share this video with another woman. It is so important because I don't know what the brands are yet, but the brands will be coming out very soon. There's so much public outrage that's going to come from this. I swear to God, they're going to have to tell us what the companies were. I think the biggest lesson from all this is that brands really don't care about your health, especially when they become so big that they're not even a part of their manufacturing anymore, right? Like when we do our manufacturing, we're like, okay, we need tests for PFAs. We need tests for all these things. Now we're like, okay, we need tests for heavy metals. We know we have an amazing factory, closed loop factory. They test everything. Everything is unbleached, and they do gamma rays, so nothing has bacteria on it. I think another part of this study that was very interesting was that some of these might be coming from anti-odor and antibacterial sprays that these companies are doing on the pads and tampons, which is like, as people are always complaining about like odor control, but I'm like, do you want to just change your tampon or pad more often, or do you want cancer? Like, stop putting odor control on things. It is causing cancer. So if you want more information on this, we have actually linked the blog on our website. It's linked in my bio. You'll see it, but I'll also put it up here. This is a very important information that you should all know. Please, please, please use organic brands, use biodegradable brands, use brands that are using plant-based ingredients. It's not just important because it's like better for the environment, but your health really does depend on it. We're having so much with women's health, PCOS, infertility, all these things that are happening. And if you are starting to think that using these things from 12 years old until 50 years old and the ingredients in them are not linked, you are sadly mistaken. These things are 100% linked, and people are now doing the studies. We're even applying for government grants so we can do our own studies because like we're a small company. We don't have enough money to do it on our own. Please share this video with another woman.